What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mississippi Real Estate Podcast, hosted by Ryan Watson.
And I'm Tripp Spruill, where it's all about real life, real talk, and real estate.
Join us as we dive into the stories, trends, and insider tips shaping the world of Mississippi real estate.
Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or you're just curious about the market, we've got all the insights you need to navigate with confidence. So if y'all are ready, let's get real.
All right, this is episode 1, and here we go. This is the beginning of hopefully an amazing, fun time, an amazing podcast. Yep. I know we're going to have fun. You can't have Ryan and Tripp and not have fun.
Yeah. We're just going to take y'all on the journey with us.
Yeah.
We want to start taking y'all on the journey with us.
That's right.
So let's jump into it.
All right. So in this episode, we're going to talk about who we are as human beings and talk about why we're doing what we're doing. And let's start out by talking about you, Tripp.
Talk about me.
Who is Tripp Spruill? Let's tell our audience who Tripp Spruill is.
All right. Who is Tripp Spruill? Tripp Spruill is a Christian. Tripp Spruill is a husband, father. I would say that I'm an outdoorsman. I'm a realtor. I'm an independent insurance agent. I'm a realtor investor. Yeah. I like to say that I'm just a good person overall. I love people, and I love the Lord. I love my family, and I love what I do. That's who I am in a nutshell.
Awesome. And now you're a podcast host.
Now apparently I'm a podcast host.
Yeah.
Or we're getting into that.
Here we go.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this thing. So let's ask this question for you here. What does a typical day look like for Tripp Spruill as a real estate agent and an insurance agent?
A typical day for me varies. There's not one day that looks the same to the other. A typical day for me usually gets up, I cook family breakfast in the morning. I take the kids to school. And then I'm off to one of the offices. I'm either at the real estate office, start my day, or I'm at the insurance office. Typically on Mondays, I start out the insurance office. And then Tuesdays, I start out the real estate office. But that's about the only consistency in my week. It depends on what real estate deals I have going on. It depends on what insurance quotes I have. And then I can get a random call from one of my tenants in one of the houses.
That's right. I think you told me you've got rental properties as well, too.
Yeah. We got 6 rental properties. 4 of them are here in the Jackson metro area, and 2 of them are in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And but I started out in insurance, and then I gravitated to real estate. And so, I was actually going to go full-fledged real estate. But then, and I can get into this later at a different time, but long story short, I had a buddy of mine who said, hey, come sell insurance with us too, because I was leaving corporate insurance, and that's how I got to do both. So I kind of tagline myself, your friendly double agent, because doing real estate and insurance, I try to couple them together, and sometimes it works and it's great, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay too. Yeah. But a typical day, I could be, I'm always running insurance quotes. I'm always in the market in MLS, trying to look for stuff for buyers, trying to promote myself to get listings. And then, there's a lot of admin work in between all that. So my office is in my truck a lot. The good thing about me, a typical day in my life is I can utilize my phone and my laptop anywhere I go, and I can schedule meetings where my clients are, whether they come into the insurance office, the real estate office, or I go to them. Yeah. So a typical day for me really is just I really just play it all by ear. I usually start out at an office somewhere, and if I have to go, I pick up and go. Yeah. It can get kind of chaotic. If I've got a real estate deal and a bunch of quotes going, it can be wide open.
That's the fun of real estate. And I don't know really the insurance side of it, but I'm sure, I do know that real estate is one of those things that you can just you'll have like a lull, and then all of a sudden you're just
You're on fire.
wide open.
Yeah, and it's the same in insurance too. They both have peaks and valleys, and you'll be 1 minute you'll be, 100 miles an hour, thinking like I got so much business, how am I going to take care of all of it? And then all of a sudden you're like, man, when's the next customer coming in? When's the next phone call?
What am I going to do today?
Yeah, and but that's also what. And a lot of times with real estate, like I've also found too, when insurance is slow, my real estate's doing well. And so I'm able to, focus on that, and vice versa. When real estate's slow, my insurance picked up. And then I have the times where I really, the magic of it is being able to be both, right? Because the reason I thought it'd be a good idea to do real estate and insurance together is because they're both involved with the transaction of a home, and in order to, most people do deals that have a mortgage, right? So insurance is on the other side of that, and so I'm kind of a one-stop shop there that goes in with that can take all that paperwork into a lender, and then I'm taking that real estate relationship to a different level, and then sometimes it doesn't, and that's fine too. You know what I mean? Because other people
know
smart
to couple the two though. For sure.
Try to, yeah.
Usually a real estate term and a coupled.
Coupled, yeah, with
I get so tired of hearing those things. But
coupled and decoupled.
And so you got all that going on. I mean, then mix in there, you're a dad.
Yeah.
You love Jesus.
Oh, yeah. So I guess,
mean,
so I guess a typical day too. I mean, we get done with our work day, and then we've got baseball practice and soccer practice, and then my daughter's in swim and Girl Scouts, and so
all the things.
The day can get crazy, and then the evenings even get crazier. So, yeah.
I love it, man.
Well, let's switch gears, man. Let's do the same for you. Who's Ryan Watson? Tell everybody who.
Oh man,
Ryan is.
Ryan Watson. Who is Ryan Watson? So, just like you, man, I'm a Christian. I do love Jesus. I'm a husband. I've got 3 children. We love being involved in our church. I am a real estate agent, realtor.
Yeah. Don't give it 3 syllables like I do. I get in
it's
trouble
actually,
for
you
that.
say it realtor.
Yeah.
And but I'm a realtor. I am also a professional photographer. I am a duck call maker. The real question should be like,
what do you not do?
What does Ryan not do? And which is, you'll find out my days are crazy sometimes. But I'm also, so I mentioned duck call maker. I am, I'm a wannabe musician. I try to play guitar and sing a little bit. Usually my audience is just my kids in the living room.
That's fine. That's fun.
Yeah. And then, what else? Let's see. All kinds of things, man. We just do a lot of stuff. We just started recently with our photography business doing some video stuff.
Yeah, you have.
So we might have to change the name to, instead of Watson Photography, we'll have to change it to Watson Media.
Ooh.
Last year.
Do you have an LLC already? Is Watson Photography?
So we're a corporation.
Okay.
We're a corporation.
Do you have to do, if you changed it, would you have to go in there and...
yeah, we'll have to do all that. Yeah,
it's not that.
Sarah's nodding her head. Yes, Sarah. Y'all can't see her, aka our producer. And slash
keep us alive.
Editor slash coffee go getter slash. All the things.
Not snack getter anymore.
Not snack getter. She's no longer the snack getter. The problem we had with that was she just brought us some candy.
It was.
And it said El Chapito Mexican candy. And y'all, this candy has some chili on it or something that was like, I mean, it was sweet at first.
It started out like an orange slice.
On fire.
Yeah, I was actually like, oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is like an orange slice.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it bit, and I was like, I'm out. Because it.
Yeah, we'll have to share that. We'll have to share that clip.
Okay, so
all right, back to who Ryan
we
Watson
go down. Look, rabbit hole. Let's get off the rabbit hole.
So yeah, I mean, I just love being a dad. Love being able to play with my kids, doing all the things similar to you. Mine aren't quite old enough to be into swim and all the things, but we do. My youngest son, we do play baseball, and that boy is eat up with some baseball.
Yeah,
man. He just loves it. And so I get to get out and play baseball with him, and with the girls too. We do things as well. They're not into really sports yet. I think we got one interested in maybe volleyball.
There you go.
But yeah, we might have to do some volleyball.
I like the different sports,
Yeah,
because it gives you a different, something different to cheer for. I mean, baseball, soccer, and football are going to be there.
Yeah.
When Holland got in swim, we were pumped. We didn't know nothing about it. We were like, just go out there and have fun. Yeah.
But yeah, I really do. I just love being a dad, and we're very family oriented. We try to do a lot of things together as a family. But typical day, man. For me,
what's the same question. So what's a typical day in the life for a realtor, a photographer, a media maker, a duck call maker?
Really, it's just the cool thing. I'll start out by saying this: as when you own your own businesses, you just kind of look at your schedule each day, ask your wife, your secretary, hey, what's on our calendar today? But that's what we do. We get up, we drink coffee. Now I consider it a blessing that I get to sit next to Sarah, get to sit next to my wife, also my boss, and we get to work together and in the house. But I wake up, man, I look at my calendar, figure out what the day is going to hold, if I've got something coming up with photography, if I've got something coming up with real estate, whatever that is. We look at it and go, okay, we need to build this day around this. I mean, a lot of it is, you've got to schedule, and that's something that I haven't been good at over the years. Scheduling and marrying someone who's a note taker and who does that. She keeps me.
Yeah, my wife's also an organization. She's good with organizing and scheduling and lists. And I'm not. I'm fly about the seat of my pants kind of guy.
Y'all, Tripp and I are so much alike. I mean, we're so much alike. It's scary sometimes. But that's why this kind of fell into place with he and I doing a podcast. But
what would you say? So like how my real estate insurance kind of ebbs and flows. Does that speak true to you with photography, real estate, and duck? I mean, when do these times get busy? When does photography pick up?
So photography really, it never stops.
Yeah.
But it does have slower times. In the summertime, we do a lot of weddings. We do a lot of family portraits. We love doing things with kids, with the whole family. I'm not going to say with kids, with the whole family. So I think we've got some Santa mini sessions coming up. So we've got a guy named Santa Claus. That's
I don't know if y'all have heard of that.
I don't even know his real name. This guy looks so much like Santa Claus that I just
call him Santa.
Oh, well, Saint Nick. But anyways, he's gonna come out and we'll do some pictures with the whole family with that. But
so it's not really seasonal.
But yeah, real estate is it doesn't really, it never stops. But which is great. I mean, we love what we get to do. We're blessed to be able to enjoy life and make a living doing what we get to do. We're blessed in that aspect. But yeah, so in the wintertime, in the cooler months, it usually ramps up because that's when people are getting married and all the things. But
well, you said something interesting on the phone yesterday. We were talking about this. Is that they also do pictures in advance because cooler weather, trying to not be so hot. I didn't even really take that into consideration.
Absolutely. But now we will have shoots that are like for wintertime that people will come out. It'll be 90 degrees and they'll have sweaters on.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we got to get these Christmas cards out.
Before we start sweating, take this picture.
I'm looking and I'm like, y'all are crazy. We're out there in shorts and t-shirts.
It's Mississippi. Winter attire can be a short sleeve shirt.
You don't ever know in Mississippi.
That's
Mississippi,
true.
That's true. Just wake up and walk outside. And
so when is how do duck calls come in? Like, do you just get a random, somebody DMs you and so you've got all this other stuff going on and then you look and be like, oh man, somebody wants me to make them 2 duck calls.
Yeah, so with my duck call stuff, I've intentionally slowed it down. But what we'll do is I'll have a list of, I'll open my books up and I'll say, okay, and I may go on social media and say, okay, I'm taking orders. And I'll only take a certain amount of orders for that season, if you will, or that time. Because of all the things that we do, I can't focus all of my duck calls. I'll say this: duck calls have kind of been a thing where that's established in my life and established with people that know.
If you open that
calls.
up, people are gonna.
Yeah, people. So
you're gonna get
my
booked.
last ones. I did. I think I sold 5. 7. I think they were 750 a piece. I think is what I sold them for.
Duck hunters like their duck calls.
They do. They do. Well, and a lot of that too. I
awesome.
price mine are priced like that because I've been doing it so long. Yeah, they're completely handmade from scratch. But I've been doing it since I was in high school.
So you literally take a log and
take a piece of wood. I
mold
cut it down. I cut it all the way down. I'll chop it up with a chainsaw, cut it down into blocks, take those blocks, drill the holes, turn them, do all the things completely by hand. And then, once you turn out a call, you get everything turned with it. Then then there's tuning it, there's carving it.
Make the right sound, huh?
Yeah. So
that's a labor of love.
It is, but and it's gotten to be. Like I said, I've intentionally slowed that down to where I love doing it. So I don't want it. It has become a job in my life before, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I was having to make hundreds of duck calls and literally just shipping them all over the place, all over the world, and I honestly got burned out. And so I got to a point now where I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to take something that is an art and something that I'm passionate about and something that I love, and it turn into a job that I just despise. Yep. Sadly, things can be like that if you're not careful.
Absolutely.
And so I guess I've had a good thing with duck calls. People have enjoyed them, enjoyed buying them and using them and going out there and hunting with them. So now I'll just make a few and sell them for a whole bunch of money, and if people buy them, they buy them. If not, then I still get to love doing what I do, and so that's what I do with duck calls stuff.
Basically, if you get you a duck call from old Ryan Watson, you got something special.
That's right. Watson,
that's awesome, man.
Watson Handcrafted calls. That's our
sounds like something else that we've got a lot in common is that we've got lots of things going on, but we're focused on the things that we do, and we love the things that we do.
Absolutely.
You
got to schedule it right.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, you want to get into
kind of why,
or what we feel like we're trying to accomplish and do with this thing.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, I'll let you start off on our why. How do we get here? You want me to do it? How do we get here?
I don't. You can start.
I feel like I can tell you how I feel like we got here.
I'd love to hear your perspective on this. You started out, and then I'll share my.
Well, I mean, okay, so all right. I mean, I'm going to try to give Cliff's Notes version.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I came into Weichert at the beginning of January 24. And I was struggling with, video, reels, whatever. And everybody's like, man, you got to go that way. It's what people pay attention to. And and this information. You just can't get past a hurdle, right?
Yeah.
So, and I had my own demons about that, like the way I sound, maybe the way I look. And then somebody said one day, and I don't think it was you.
Everybody does.
Y'all said the same thing, but somebody was like, well, that's who you are. That's who, people respond to who you are. And obviously, so anyway, I was like, well, that's true. So I'm not getting away from anything in that way, right?
Right.
So I think I did my first reel. I was all like shaky and nervous, and probably took 9,000 takes before I finally got one I put out there, and I just did it. And I think after doing that first one, you realize like, hey, it's going to be okay, and it got a lot of views and got a lot of exposure. Fast forward, you come into Weichert, right? I feel like we had a pretty instant connection.
Oh yeah.
And I started, we started learning about each other.
We both love hunting, and hunting's one of those things. Not that
it'll bring you together.
Not that hunting was a reason, but we've got a lot of other attributes about us that we have a lot in common in that sense. But we both love hunting. One of the things where you just
it's where it's a good it's a good topic if you have that in common. You can a conversation naturally can go from that. Yeah. So we were filling each other out, and you're like, hey, I do this video and stuff, and you mentioned
Kindred
Sarah.
Spirits. That's where I was trying to.
Kindred Spirits. Yeah, that's right. And so you were talking about you and Sarah and how y'all do photography and could help with this type of stuff. And I was kind of looking for a way to ramp up, my real estate game and look more professional. And so I think I had a listing come up, and I was like, hey, why don't you guys come out there and help me with it? And, man, we had a good time doing that. The video.
We had already started doing a little bit of video work.
Yeah.
But Tripp, honestly, Tripp was more of, he was like an experiment, if you will. And he knew this going into it. We're like, all right.
Yeah, like we
we're
were
still
learning
learning
together.
this.
Yeah.
We're still learning this.
Well, I was too.
If you'll give us a chance, we'll work hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm still learning the ins and outs and what to say. I have a problem with the content aspect of social media and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like if I don't have, I don't know, it's hard sometimes. And I struggle with it on the insurance side too. And but anyway, I had that listing. We had a great time together. And then, so, try to wrap that part up. That video.
We just did 9,000 takes with us.
Well, we had to.
Instead of you doing this.
That's right. Well, it's easy to hear, hey, just do this, that, and other, and then you get mic'd up and the camera comes on. And it's so I got better with reels, I felt, by myself because I did that. And it took, I don't know, a couple of takes. And then then I had another listing, and you guys helped me with that. And I said, hey, y'all are part of my team, whether y'all know it or not. I'm bringing y'all along with my journey, and I want to see you guys grow. I want to see you grow in your journey, right?
Absolutely.
And so we got to that point.
By the way, Tripp, I want to stop real quick and hold that thought.
Yeah.
I just want to tell y'all how amazing Tripp has been with me getting into real estate, and just blow his head up a little bit right here. He's been amazing, y'all, and absolutely great friend now, and you've been so much help. I just want to say that personally on here. I appreciate you.
Well, you're
Thank
welcome.
you for all the support.
No, man, it's great.
Help my crazy questions in real estate.
Well, we all have them. I've been in the game coming up on 3 years. This coming January when we go from 24 to 25, and I've been in real estate since. I always say I've been in real estate for about 7 years because that's when we started investing in it. But anywho, selling it for about 3 years. But I had people that in my first brokerages that I looked up to and mentored, and I can get into that later.
Absolutely.
But I just, you want to be able to, and I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and the questions you ask, I learn from too. But you also want to see people to be successful, and so, and I know you got it in you as well. Yes, you're welcome.
I want to get that out there, man.
I appreciate it.
You're awesome.
Thank you, man. Well, you're awesome too. That's why you're the best there is.
Yeah, we're going with it.
No,
we're going.
So anyway, we started doing these videos together, and I think we were at
back on track.
We were at one of the listing shoots we just did for me, or we were. I can't remember exactly where we were, but all three of us were talking. Me, you, and Sarah. Maybe it was Pumpkin Patch, because that was kind of like a video / podcast type deal when we were carving the pumpkins. Yeah. And we all said, I think that's what it was the Pumpkin Patch video.
But we were like, man, this is cool.
Maybe we should, when we kind of like, hey, maybe we should do a podcast. And I was like, okay.
All right.
But anywho.
And here you are. You're here doing it.
And here we are, man. I would tell you, like, I think it started out as kind of a quick running joke, and we got the serious behind it, like, hey, why not? Why not? Let's see what happens. Yeah. And so anyway, that's my take on how we got here. And I feel like our why, and I'm gonna let you expand. I want to hear your same kind of take and story, but without going too deep into the why, because I know we'll talk about this too. But I think our why is really, for me, is for just to get our opinions and our thoughts and different perspective out there about our local market, kind of. Right. And we're both from here. That's long time born and raised type people are from here. So, it's just our opinions of what we're seeing in the real estate world, or maybe the insurance world, or the photography world, whatever. It's going to be a sprinkle around a bunch. But we felt like we could contribute to and podcast, or a vessel for people to learn and stay in touch. So I'm going to let you. What about you? Yeah. You expand on how.
So the why
you think we got here? How we got here?
First of all, I noticed that you and and this is not recently noticed this, but I love to talk. Anybody that knows Ryan knows that Ryan loves to talk, and they probably would say the thing about Tripp too.
I probably like to talk too.
As you get older, you just learn quicker the cues of when to shut up,
Or we don't.
Or we don't notice, and we just keep going. But anyways, we both love to talk, man, and we both love people. We love this community, and we're a part of this community as real estate agents, and all the things that we do. And so, why not just talk about it? Why not get on here and, aside from that, all the people that I think about, in the future that we're going to get to meet, and the people that we're going to have on our show and talk to them, and just to get to know other people in our community that may be doing the same things, or that are contributing in different ways, different factors and things in our community. So I'm just excited about meeting new people.
Yeah.
You could call it networking if you want to, but I want to build relationships with people. And if you go the business way and call it networking, you can call it networking if you want to. But and I feel like we both are on the same page with that. I know you well enough today to know that, and you just love people, you love helping people. What better way, to help people than when they're trying to make the biggest financial decision of their life,
No
usually,
doubt.
to be able to go in there and be like, hey, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
We're going to get this done.
It is a service
We're going to
oriented.
get through this together.
Yeah.
I'm for you. I'm ready. Let's go. So. But anyways, that's why I feel like kind of the why, and I think it was the pumpkin patch.
I think it was too. Now that we went,
but
time out events.
And if you hadn't seen that video, I think it's on my Weichert page.
It's on yours. I shared it on mine, but it's on yours
too. Yeah. And it's me and Tripp just out there being goofballs and being ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's something that
I think that's what you're going to get from this podcast too, is that we're going to be ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got.
We may not know it all, but we're going to talk about what
should we tell them to
come back. We can always circle back to what we, need to maybe brush up on.
That's right.
I guess.
Should we share with them? We've come up with a slogan. We don't have a name yet for our podcast. But we do.
It's an unnamed podcast.
And maybe by the time this airs, we will have a name. Hopefully, we will. We'll have one come up with before then. But
the pressure of the name is real.
It is real. There's so many podcasts out there.
Real. The pressure of the name is real. Going where you're going. Are you going to do it? I thought you wanted to hold off on this.
The slogan?
Yeah. And tell it. You've already let the cat out of the bag.
I've already sprinkled too much.
That's right. And I said real in it. So go ahead.
All right. So. Obviously,
don't know the name.
We don't know the name, but the slogan's going to be real life, real talk, real estate. So we're going to talk about all the things that are going on in our life. We're going to talk about deals that went through, deals that fell through.
Yep, good, bad, and ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly, and it's just going to be real life stuff that we deal with as real estate agents and whatever. Insurance agents, duck call makers, photographers, whatever. And we're going to always come back.
Real estate investing. And we're going to always come back to real estate as being the forefront of this. That's right.
The centerpiece of it. But we're just going to enjoy our time together and talk. And if you guys want to listen, we'd appreciate it. And y'all just kind of follow along with us as we go on this journey together. And we're going to have a good time doing it.
Yeah. We're gonna learn as we go, and hopefully bring everybody that starts tuning in something of value, whether it comes to something a life learned lesson, mistakes we make along the way as dads or parents or real estate,
whatever. Hopefully somebody can hear something that we've done.
Yep.
And man, that'd be the joy. I don't know if joy is the right word, but man, it's going to be such a blessing when somebody comes up to me or you, and you could probably answer this the same way, and they say, man, I listened to your podcast. I had a deal just because of what you said. I was able to make my deal go through.
Yeah.
As a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Or X, whatever.
Yeah.
XYZ. So, I mean, that's going to be a blessing. I just know.
Yeah.
If anything comes out of this, if that comes out of it, we can help people.
Yeah.
And just
it'll be a blessing for me if we get more than Sarah and Tracy to listen to this at the beginning.
right now we got
maybe two followers.
Two listeners.
Yeah, two listeners.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the short baby steps, but you're going for the long term. I like it.
We're going to have thousands and thousands of listeners before long.
Yeah.
Just a few weeks probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get into the last little quick fire rapid segment here.
All right.
How was your weekend?
Oh.
Did you learn? Did you have anything that happened this weekend? As we just said, we're going to learn off of Ryan's experiences. So tell us what's going on in Ryan's life right now. What happened over the weekend?
So this weekend, what happened this weekend? Golly, life with church and kids and all the things we do, it's just a blur sometimes. I will tell you what I have been working on.
Yes, that's what I was getting to.
We're going to put a picture of this up on the...
All right, now you're pressured to show them what you got.
Yeah, we'll have to show them the picture of this. So we recently acquired a 1978 GMC Coachman. It's a Royale. So it's like a motorhome. This thing's got a 454 big block in it.
Yeah, you got it running yet?
Chevrolet motor.
You got it running yet?
The real question is it clean yet?
Okay.
Because that thing is nasty.
Is it clean yet?
No.
That's what
it's almost clean.
Okay.
I think that's why I've got some allergies going on today. I was cleaning it out this weekend or just vacuuming, which is a whole, not vacuuming, with a shop vac.
Shag, right?
Yeah.
So you're not
shag.
It's not vacuuming. You're pulling it up as it's so old. It's probably
not
just
good.
blowing.
It's not good. Yeah. So you got shag, then you got those little Japanese beetles that are invasive or something, and then just occasional rat turd here and there mixed in. So it's been a nasty job, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel with it, so I'm going to keep on working on it, and I think it's going to be really cool when we get finished with it. I'm not spending too much time on the renovation part or the inside part. I'm just trying to make sure it's not leaking on top, and then I'm going to work on
Is it leaking on top?
It was. It had a little leak.
So you said this thing was built like an Airstream, and it's impossible to leak.
Well,
and then you called me the other day after it rained, and you said, that gum thing's leaking.
It's leaking.
Yeah.
It's not leaking anymore. I fixed the leak.
Okay.
Thank goodness I found it quick.
Good.
I found it quick.
So you got that?
But there was a part in the top where the aluminum was.
So we got the leak stopped, and now we're working on cleaning up the inside.
And we're just trying to, with a project like this will be my second time. We renovated a camper before this one, and we were able to, we paid cash for it, and then we were able to basically flip it. We lived in it for about a year and then flipped it.
Somebody basically paid you to take this one, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But $200 for a towing fee from Canton to our house out in Pelahatchie, or Pisgah. We'll call it. That's the bougie side of Pelahatchie.
Yeah.
Pisgah.
Yeah.
And so we love Pisgah. It's great.
Yeah,
Not trying to get sidetracked there, but
great
anyways, it cost $200
worth
to get that thing there, worth every penny.
Well, we're gonna follow you along on it.
Oh yeah, we're going.
And you got to post a picture to show everybody what you're working with.
We'll have a picture up there. We'll get a picture up there, and might have to do a before and after.
For sure. You definitely need to do it before.
Right now we're just on the before section, so. But we'll see. But I did a little bit of that this weekend. Played with the kids out in the yard a little bit, threw the baseball with my son, and fishing.
Oh,
Sarah, I forgot we did some fishing. Where did we go fishing?
Did Sarah catch more fish than you?
How we went? So we had our little life group thing. We're in a life group at our church. I plug Crossgates in here, y'all. Crossgates is an amazing church. We absolutely love that church, and we've gotten really plugged into that. We had a little life group day thing. I have to invite you on the next one. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's out in Pelahatchie. It's a Morton address, but it's really Pelahatchie. But our life group leaders, they have family out there that have like a huge lake, and they've got a lot of land. You can, do everything. They got a zip line. They got four-wheelers. They got motorbikes. They got all kinds of stuff.
Family,
but we went
fishing stuff.
My son caught. We'll have to put this picture up. My son caught like a 10-pound bass.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, monster.
No bank runners over there, huh?
No, dude. And what's funny is that, and this is what he claims. Now he's 6 years old, but he claims all he had was a hook. He had a weight and a hook.
Yeah.
And he threw it out there. And we're sitting over there. We're doing something else. And we're sitting over there. Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me isn't that a big fish?
Dang, man,
That's
it's
a big
bigger.
old
That's
fish.
longer than him.
That's a big old fish right there.
That's a big one. Yeah.
But all of a sudden, we're sitting there, and we're just having conversation with other people and hanging out. And we look over, and Eli's laying down on the ground.
He's working him.
Yeah, pole's been over, and you know, our first thought, everybody's first thought was, oh, he's hung up, and he's just pretending, you know, like he's got something. Yeah. No, this dude had a freaking stud on the other end.
Yeah, that dude
launched out of the water. And he was fighting him, and I was like, hang on. Then I saw that pole do this. I was like, uh-oh, he really got one. Let me go over there and check this out. So I ran real fast over. And I got over to him, and I was like, all right, son, be easy. Don't let the line break. It was trying to get hung up on something. And anyways, he worked him in there and got him up to the bank. And I about went swimming, but I went in there and I grabbed that fish and pulled him out. And he was like, oh, man, hell yeah. He catches fish all the time, so he wasn't like super pumped.
But you don't catch fish like that all the time.
No, you don't. But he don't know that because he's 6.
Well, that's what he's going to expect now from now on.
I know. Every time we go, he's going to be like, these are baby fish.
It's always, it's always, the bar with kids always gets raised. You ever realize that?
I know.
Once they check a certain size, I know.
We might have should have kept that one and got it mounted.
Oh, you threw it back. That's all right. He'll catch it when it's a 12-pounder.
Well, I try to teach them all. If we don't, like,
eat it,
let things go.
Oh.
Yeah, eat it. Or if we bring in...
You're going conservation. I was thinking feeding the family.
Oh, I got a frog story for you.
Oh, well.
I don't know if we need to get into that today.
We might have to save the frog story for another one.
So what'd you do this weekend? Let's hear about it. Well, Tripp did. You go hunting?
I did go deer hunting.
900 degrees outside.
It was hot. I went deer hunting, man. So I'm at that stage. So this was youth weekend. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get past the fact that this was the first youth weekend my kids elected not to go deer hunting. And I was like, man, what's going on? But, you know, we got friends' birthday parties, and the FOMO, the fear of missing out for these kids at this age is way different than it was when I was growing up. Yeah. So I respect that. You know, Kaysen had a good buddy of his. He's been playing. No,
you want him to enjoy it.
Yeah, one of his good buddies he's been growing up with and playing baseball and goes to school with. He has a big birthday party. He didn't want to miss that, and I certainly understand that. And then Holland had, she was going to go with me. And then in the 11th hour, she's like, "Hey, I want to go to the football game on Friday night because of playoffs." Which I'm like, she's a 6, you know. We're like, what are you doing? You know, she's so young, and I didn't feel like. But I think her friends are there and whatever. Oh, yeah. So anyway, Dad got to
around their friends, and
so Dad got to go to deer camp on youth weekend. Well, that's fine. I'm go bow hunting. Yeah. But you know what I've discovered is it's November, and I'm still turning a thermocell on. And I'm struggling to get in a tree when it just doesn't feel like deer season still to me.
Weather. Yet. This is the times when you question
the season. Should we push?
In this Mississippi, you don't ever know. Like I said earlier, but it's just, man, what's that climate?
I don't know. There's a lot of climates, but ours is warm right now. So let me tell you.
I'm at a loss for words here.
But I'm in the stage where, like, for some reason we're just kind of off on where we should be, and so we're still we still put up a box stand that we refurbished this weekend, and so I hunted twice. And I saw deer Friday evening, I hunted 3 times. I saw deer Friday evening. I got skunked on Saturday. It's my first time this year being skunked. So I've been seeing deer in this climate.
I think you said last weekend you saw like 6.
I saw a bunch last weekend.
6 or 7.
Just can't, that's the beauty of bow hunting. You got to get them in within a certain,
I know what I was going to say.
Comfortable range.
It's this time of year that makes you feel like you question: is global warming real?
Oh gosh,
is that real?
I just think.
Then you gotta be like, no.
It is. It feels like I told some of the guys at camp. I was like, I feel like we're 2 weeks away from bow season. That should be halfway through November almost.
Right.
So, anyway, yes, I went.
I think we're fixing to get a little cold snap.
It felt better this morning.
Colder snap.
It was actually like 50. High 50s this morning when I took the kids. But I went to deer camp. I always enjoy doing that. I think we're going to make a family trip of it this coming weekend so they can still get out there with the youth who just, You know, our woods haven't been blown up, so there's no harm, no foul there.
I mean, if you're like me, man, every weekend's youth weekend when they want to go.
That's absolutely the truth.
You know what I mean?
I have gotten to the age where I'm.
It's about that.
If the kids are at camp, I'm a guide, and I'm fine with that. My son killed his first buck last year, and you would have thought I killed a 200-inch deer.
Oh, dude, I bet.
So that was really good.
But
So anyway, that's what I did.
Get no better than that, man.
And guess what I'm doing this weekend?
What are you doing?
I'm going deer hunting.
Couldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, but I'm taking the family this time, so it'll be good.
Well, maybe I can get away and do some deer hunting this weekend.
You got your deer. You have a spot right in your backyard.
Well, yeah, I could shoot one back there, but
Sarah's gonna let you go behind your house.
I gotta buy some more. I gotta get some more deer enticing things to put out there. Got to be careful what I talk about.
Don't give your address away. Game wardens will be knocking.
Exactly.
All right. Well, episode 1.
Yep.
I'm excited about it.
We did it. We made it through.
I would call that good. I would call episode 1, and we can put that in the books.
In the hat. I'll say this, and we'll wrap it up, guys. Thank y'all so much for listening to me and Tripp. We're just having a blast with this. I want to real quick just thank some people real fast. First of all, Tripp, and then I want to thank Sarah, because y'all can't see her, but she's behind the scenes running 3 different cameras and doing all the videos and things. So I just definitely want to give a shout out to her.
She's got the more difficult job for sure.
Yeah, she does, dealing with us.
Yes.
But anyways, we'll throw some segments in here too of some sponsors and things.
Yeah, and we want you guys to be responsive. So if there's something you want us to talk about or that you want us to answer when it comes to real estate, insurance, photography, whatever. I mean, specifically, real estate. Give us a shout. Drop a message in the comments or whatnot, and we want to be able to answer questions to our audience.
Yeah, let us know what you think about it. The good, the bad, the ugly. We don't care.
That's right. Where can people find you?
Where can people find me?
Social media. Where can people?
I'm right here, baby.
Yeah, you are. 3 Stone Gate Drive.
I'm here. 3 Stone. So Ryan Watson, I think .Weichert something.
Oh my gosh.
You tell where they can find you.
You can find Tripp Spruill on Facebook at Tripp Spruill, Weichert Realtors Innovation Facebook page, or just Tripp Spruill, and you can connect through there on my personal page. You can also find me on Instagram at Spruill, at TSPRUILL4.
Here it is. I found it. So you can find
that's where you can find me. And then Ryan's got.
You can find me, y'all. We're on social media, different things. Ryan Watson Weichert Realtors Innovations is my Facebook, or you can find me as just Ryan Watson, either way. And then we've got on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram it's ryanwatson.weichert. And that's also, you can probably search Ryan Watson Weichert Realtors Innovations and pull me up there as well. Also, we've got our photography on there. Y'all go follow.
Yep.
Watson Photography. I think on Instagram it's _MS, Watson Photography _MS. Y'all follow along. You can see what all we're doing in the photography and videography world there. And then also my duck call page.
That's right. You got a bunch of them.
I'm going to put a plug in there for my duck call.
Selfish plugs. Let's go.
Watson Handcrafted Calls is on there as well. And so y'all go follow all of our little things. And
don't forget to like and subscribe to this upcoming YouTube channel /podcast.
Yes, please do. We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
I think that's a wrap. Y'all have a wonderful day.